Chosen ones, stop scrolling. These are God's final instructions to you. You did not arrive here by accident, and if you move away now, you may miss something that was meant to change the direction of your life in ways you have been quietly praying for. I am speaking to you because this moment is not ordinary, and what you hear now carries weight, urgency, and purpose that reaches beyond what your eyes can see. These are not casual words, but clear instructions meant to guide you out of confusion, out of delay, and into alignment with what has already been prepared for you. If you stay, you will understand what has been happening around you, why certain doors closed, and why your spirit has been restless. If you listen until the end, you will recognize that you have not been forgotten and that everything unfolding is part of something far greater than your current situation. Type Amen to affirm. What I am saying to you right now is simple, but it is not small. You have been chosen. And being chosen does not mean life becomes easy. It means your path becomes intentional. You have felt pressure, you have felt resistance, and you have questioned why things have not moved the way you expected. That is because you are not walking a common path. And the instructions you receive must be followed with attention and trust. I am calling you to stop rushing, to stop doubting, and to stop ignoring the quiet nudges that have been guiding you all along. There is a shift happening, and you are standing at the edge of it, whether you fully realize it or not. Before you go any further, take a moment to support this video with a like so this word can reach someone else who is also waiting for a sign. You have been asking for clarity, and this is where it begins. The first instruction is to become still inside even when everything outside feels uncertain. You have been trying to solve everything with your own understanding, but I am asking you to trust what you cannot fully see yet. The noise around you has been loud, pulling your attention in different directions. But the truth has always been quiet and steady within you. When you slow down and listen, you will notice that I have already been speaking, guiding, and protecting you through moments you thought you were alone in. You are not lost, even if it feels that way at times. The second instruction is to release what is no longer meant to stay in your life. You have been holding on to certain people, patterns, and thoughts because they feel familiar. But familiarity is not the same as purpose. I have been removing things for a reason. Even when it hurt, even when it confused you, those removals were not punishment. They were preparation. You cannot carry everything into what is next, and the weight you are holding is slowing you down. Let it go, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Type 11. If you believe you have also been underestimating your strength, there were moments you thought you would break. Moments you thought you could not continue. Yet you are still here. That is not an accident, and it is not just your effort that kept you standing. I have been sustaining you even in ways you did not notice at the time. Every time you felt like giving up but kept going, that was a sign that you are being carried through something, not abandoned in it. You are stronger than you think, but more importantly, you are supported in ways that go beyond your understanding. The next instruction is to pay attention to your thoughts, because what you allow to stay in your mind begins to shape your path. You have been entertaining doubts, fears, and negative expectations, and those things have been clouding your vision. I am asking you to shift your focus not by ignoring reality, but by choosing to believe that something greater is working in your favor. When you change what you dwell on, you begin to change what you experience. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about trusting that everything is being worked out with purpose. You have also been waiting for the right time, but I am telling you that the waiting has already done its work. There was a season where you needed to pause, to learn, to grow, and to be refined. That season was not wasted, even if it felt slow or frustrating. Now you are being called to move, not in fear, but in faith. The step you take next does not have to be perfect, it just has to be aligned. I will guide you as you go, but you must be willing to take that first step. There is something else you need to understand clearly. The resistance you have been facing is not a sign to stop. It is often a sign that you are moving in the right direction. When you begin to step into what you were created for, there will always be something that tries to distract you, discourage you, or delay you. That is why these instructions matter. You must stay focused even when things feel uncertain, because what is ahead of you is worth the effort it takes to reach it. You are not behind even if it feels like others are moving faster. Your timing is not broken and your path has not been overlooked. Everything is unfolding in a way that is specific to you, and comparison will only take your attention away from what you are meant to see. Stay in your lane, stay in your purpose, and trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. What I have prepared for you cannot be taken by someone else, and what belongs to you will find its way to you at the right time. This is why you had to stop scrolling. This is why you had to hear this. Now you are being redirected, realigned, and reminded that you are not just moving through life without purpose. You are being guided even when it feels unclear, and you are protected even when you feel vulnerable. These instructions are not complicated, but they require your attention, your trust, and your willingness to act on what you know deep inside. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. The next instruction I give you is to stop doubting your worth. You have allowed past failures, past words, and past disappointments to define how you see yourself. That is not how I see you. And it is not the truth of who you are. You are not your mistakes. And you are not the opinions that others placed on you when they did not understand your path. You are being shaped into something stronger, something wiser, and something more aligned than you were before. Let go of the old identity that kept you small because it cannot follow you where you are going. There is also something in your life that you have been delaying, something you know you should do but you keep putting it off because you are waiting to feel ready. I am telling you now that readiness does not always come before action. Sometimes it follows it. You will not feel completely prepared, but that does not mean you are not capable. Take that step even if it feels uncomfortable, because growth rarely feels easy in the beginning. You are not being pushed to fail, you are being led to expand. Type 1010. If you trust God, another instruction you must hold on to is to guard your energy. Not everyone around you understands your journey, and not everyone is meant to walk with you into what is next. You have been giving too much of yourself to situations and people that drain you, leaving you feeling tired and unmotivated. That is not how you are meant to live. Be wise about where you invest your time, your thoughts, and your emotions. You do not need to explain your purpose to everyone, and you do not need approval to follow what you know is right. You have also been carrying worries about your future, wondering how things will come together and whether everything will work out. I'm asking you to release that fear because it has been weighing you down more than you realize. You do not have to figure everything out at once, and you are not expected to have all the answers right now. Focus on what is in front of you and trust that the next step will become clear when you are ready for it. Your future is not something you need to fear. It is something you are being prepared for. There is a shift happening within you. Even if it feels subtle, you are starting to think differently, respond differently, and see things with more clarity than before. That is not a coincidence. It is a sign that you are growing into the person you are meant to become. The confusion that once surrounded you is beginning to lift, and in its place there is a quiet sense of direction forming. You may not have everything mapped out, but you are no longer as lost as you once felt. That is progress, and it matters more than you realize. Type 777. If you trust in Jesus, you must also understand that not every closed door was a loss. Some doors were never meant for you, even if you wanted them at the time. I have been redirecting you, even when it felt disappointing, because what I have for you requires a different path. Trust that the doors that remain closed are not mistakes. They are guidance. The right opportunities will not require you to force your way in. They will align with where you are being led. Be patient, because the right door will open in a way that makes sense. There are moments ahead where you will be tested, not to break you, but to strengthen your trust. You will face situations where it would be easy to return to old habits, to doubt, or to give up. In those moments, remember what you have already come through. Remember that you have been carried before, and you will be carried again. You are not being tested because you are weak. You are being tested because you are ready to grow. Stand firm even when it feels difficult, because those moments will shape who you become. You are also being called to be more intentional with your actions. It is not enough to simply wish for change. You must participate in it. The effort you put in matters, and the choices you make each day are building something over time. Do not underestimate small steps, because they lead to bigger shifts. Stay consistent even when results are not immediate, because what you are building takes time. You are not wasting your effort. You are investing in something that will eventually reveal itself. There is a blessing forming in your life that you cannot fully see yet. It is not something that will come suddenly without reason. It is something that has been building through everything you have experienced. Every challenge, every lesson, and every moment of patience has been contributing to it. When it arrives, you will understand why things had to happen the way they did. You will see that nothing was wasted and that every step had a purpose. That moment is closer than you think. You have also been more resilient than you give yourself credit for. There were times when you felt completely overwhelmed, yet you kept moving forward in whatever way you could. That persistence is not small, it is powerful. It shows that even when you felt uncertain, something within you refused to give up. That strength will continue to carry you, especially in moments where you feel challenged again. You are not fragile. Even if you feel tired sometimes, you are stronger than you realize. Moving forward, I want you to trust yourself more. You have been second-guessing your instincts, looking for confirmation from others, and doubting your own judgment. I have placed guidance within you, and you are capable of recognizing what is right for you. Listen to that inner sense, the one that feels calm and clear even when everything else is noisy. That is where you will find direction when things seem unclear. You do not need to rely on everyone else to tell you what to do. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality, but the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. There is also something you need to hear clearly. You are not alone in this process, even if it feels that way at times. I have been present in every step. Even when you could not feel it, when things seemed uncertain, I was guiding you quietly. When things felt heavy, I was supporting you in ways you did not notice. You have never been abandoned, and you never will be. Hold on to that truth, especially in moments when doubt tries to take over. As you continue forward, remember that you are not just surviving, you are becoming. Everything you have been through is shaping you into someone who can handle what is ahead. You are not the same person you were before, and that growth will continue. Do not rush the process, and do not try to skip steps, because each part has its purpose. You are being prepared, and that preparation is necessary for what is coming next. You are not reacting the same way. You are not thinking the same way, and that is a sign that growth is already taking place. Do not ignore that change, because it is the beginning of a new way of living. The next instruction is to stop shrinking yourself to fit into places where you were never meant to belong. You have been adjusting your voice, your actions, and even your dreams just to keep others comfortable. That has been draining your energy and holding you back from stepping fully into who you are meant to be. You are not meant to live small, and you are not meant to hide what has been placed inside you. Stand in your truth, even if it feels unfamiliar at first, because that is where your strength will grow. The right people and the right opportunities will meet you there. You have also been holding on to fear that is rooted in past experiences, and it has been influencing how you move forward. That fear is understandable, but it is no longer necessary. You are not in the same situation anymore, and you are not the same person who went through those moments. You have learned, you have grown, and you have gained strength from what you experienced. It is time to move without letting the past control your present decisions. You are safer now than you think, and you are more prepared than you feel. Type 122 to claim miracles. There is a new level of discipline being asked of you, not as a burden, but as a way to support what you are building. You cannot continue with the same habits and expect a different outcome. Small changes in your daily routine will begin to create bigger results over time. Be mindful of how you spend your time, how you use your energy, and what you give your attention to. These things may seem small, but they shape your direction more than you realize. Stay consistent even when it feels repetitive, because consistency is what turns effort into results. You are also being reminded to take care of yourself in ways you have been neglecting. You have been so focused on getting through things that you have forgotten to restore your own strength. Rest is not weakness, and taking time to recharge is not a waste. You need moments where you can breathe, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. When you take care of yourself, you are better able to handle everything else in your life. Do not wait until you are completely drained to start valuing your own well-being. Another instruction is to be patient with what is still unfolding. You are eager to see results, and that eagerness can sometimes lead to frustration when things do not move quickly. But what is being built for you is not something that can be rushed without losing its strength. There are details being worked out that you cannot see yet, and those details matter. Trust that the timing is not random and that delays are often part of making things come together properly. Your patience now will protect what is coming next. Type 222 to receive blessings. There are also conversations you need to have, words that you have been holding back because you were unsure of how they would be received. Speak honestly but with care, because clarity in your relationships matters. Misunderstandings have been building in silence, and addressing them will bring relief. You do not have to carry everything inside you, and you do not have to keep pretending that everything is fine when it is not. Truth spoken with the right intention can heal more than silence ever could. Do not be afraid to express what needs to be said. You have also been learning the difference between control and trust. You have tried to control outcomes, people and situations, thinking that it would bring you peace. But control has only created more tension and frustration for you. Trust, on the other hand, requires you to release what you cannot manage and believe that things will work out as they should. This does not mean you stop caring or stop trying. It means you stop forcing what is not meant to be forced. There is a balance you are learning, and it will bring you more peace than you have felt in a long time. There is something important you must understand about the delays you have experienced. They were not meant to deny you, they were meant to prepare you. If certain things had happened earlier, you would not have been ready to handle them the way you can now. You needed time to grow, to learn, and to develop the strength required for what is coming. What once felt like being held back was actually you being positioned correctly. You are closer now because of those delays, not further away. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. You are also being asked to reconnect with your purpose, not in a complicated way, but in a clear and honest one. What do you feel drawn to even when it is difficult? What feels meaningful to you even when it requires effort? Those are signs of where you are meant to focus your energy. You do not need to have everything figured out at once, but you do need to pay attention to what keeps calling you forward. That is where your direction will become clearer over time. There are people who will not understand your journey, and that is something you must accept without letting it discourage you. Not everyone is meant to see what you see or feel what you feel. Their lack of understanding does not mean you are wrong. It simply means your path is different from theirs. Stay grounded in what you know is right for you, even when others question it. You are not here to live according to someone else's expectations. You are here to follow what has been placed in your heart. You are also stepping into a season where your confidence will grow not from external validation but from internal clarity. You will begin to trust your decisions more, and you will feel less dependent on approval from others. That shift will change how you carry yourself, and it will influence how others respond to you. Confidence does not mean you have no doubts. It means you choose to move forward despite them. That is the kind of confidence you are building. Now, as you continue, remember that you are not being asked to be perfect. You are being asked to be willing, to be open, and to keep moving forward even when things feel uncertain. Mistakes will happen, and that is part of the process, not something to fear. What matters is that you keep learning, keep adjusting, and keep growing. You are not expected to get everything right on the first try. You are expected to keep going. There is a deeper level of peace available to you, but it requires you to let go of constant worry and overthinking. You have been carrying thoughts that do not serve you, repeating concerns that have no clear answers yet. That cycle has been draining your energy and taking your focus away from what is actually important. Choose to quiet your mind, even if only for a moment at a time. In that quiet, you will find clarity that you have been searching for. The next instruction is to trust the process even when it does not match your expectations. You had a certain idea of how things should unfold, and when they did not follow that path, it created frustration within you. But your expectations were limited by what you could see, while what is unfolding is guided by something greater. You are being led through a path that considers things you cannot yet fully understand. That is why it has felt different, and that is why it has required more patience from you. Trust that what is happening is not random, even when it feels unfamiliar. You must also release the need for constant reassurance. You have been looking for repeated signs, repeated confirmations, and repeated proof before you take action. That has been slowing you down and keeping you in a place of hesitation. You already know more than you think you do, and you already have enough clarity to move forward. Waiting for everything to feel certain will only delay what you are meant to experience. Take the step with what you have and allow clarity to grow as you move. Type 555 to affirm. There is also a need for you to separate yourself from environments that disrupt your peace. You have been tolerating situations that leave you feeling unsettled, drained, or confused. That is not where you are meant to stay. Peace is not something distant. It is something you are meant to experience regularly. Pay attention to how certain places and people make you feel, because that is guiding you toward what is right for you. Choose environments that support your growth, not ones that hold you back. You are also being asked to strengthen your discipline in moments when motivation is low. There will be days when you do not feel like doing what you know is necessary, and those are the moments that matter most. Discipline carries you when motivation fades, and it keeps you aligned when emotions shift. You do not need to feel inspired every day to make progress. What you need is commitment, and that commitment will lead you further than temporary feelings ever could. Stay steady even when it feels difficult. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. Another instruction you must hold on to is to stop comparing your journey to others. You have been measuring your progress against what you see around you, and that has been creating unnecessary pressure. What you see on the surface of someone else's life does not reflect the full picture of their journey. Your path is different, your timing is different, and your purpose is different. Comparison will only distract you from what you are meant to focus on. Stay centered on your own growth, because that is where your progress will come from. There is also a need for you to forgive what you have been holding on to. You have carried certain hurts, disappointments, and frustrations for longer than you should have. Those feelings have been weighing on you even when you try to move forward. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It is about freeing yourself from the weight of it. You do not need to carry those burdens anymore. Let them go, not for others, but for your own peace. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are also stepping into a season where your clarity will sharpen and you will begin to see things for what they truly are. Situations that once confused you will become easier to understand. People who once seemed unclear will reveal their true intentions through their actions. This clarity will help you make better decisions and avoid unnecessary complications. Trust what you begin to notice, because your awareness is growing for a reason. You are not imagining things, you are recognizing them. There is something important you need to understand about your progress. It may not always feel fast and it may not always be visible, but it is happening. Growth is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it is quiet and steady. You are becoming stronger in ways that do not always show on the outside. You are thinking differently, responding differently, and carrying yourself differently. Those changes matter, even if they are not immediately recognized by others. You have also been learning how to stand on your own without relying too heavily on others for direction. This does not mean you have to isolate yourself, but it does mean you are becoming more self-aware and more confident in your own decisions. You are not as dependent on external validation as you once were, and that is a sign of growth. You are learning to trust yourself, and that trust will guide you in moments when things feel uncertain. You are becoming more grounded in who you are. There is also a reminder for you to stay humble as you grow, as you gain clarity, strength, and confidence. It is important to remain grounded. Growth is not about becoming better than others. It is about becoming better than who you were before. Stay kind, stay patient, and stay open to learning. There is always more for you to understand, and there is always room for you to grow. Humility will keep you aligned as you move forward. You are also being prepared for opportunities that will require you to step out of your comfort zone. These opportunities may not look exactly how you expected, but they will align with where you are being led. Do not let fear hold you back when those moments arrive. You are capable of handling more than you think, and you are ready to step into new spaces. Trust that you will be supported as you take those steps. There is a deeper level of confidence forming within you, and it is not based on what others think, but on what you are beginning to understand about yourself. You are recognizing your value, your strength, and your ability to move forward despite challenges. That confidence will grow as you continue to trust the process and follow what you know is right. You are not the same person you were before, and that is something to acknowledge. As you move forward, remember that you are not expected to have everything perfect. You are expected to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep growing. There will be moments where you feel uncertain, and that is part of the process. What matters is that you do not stop. Keep moving even if the steps feel small, because those steps will lead you further than standing still. The next instruction is to stop returning to what you have already outgrown. You have been tempted to revisit old habits, old connections, and old ways of thinking because they feel familiar. But what is familiar is not always what is right for you anymore. You have evolved, even if you do not fully recognize it yet. And going backwards will only create more frustration. You are not meant to repeat the same cycles. You are meant to break them. Keep moving forward even when the past tries to pull you back.